What do you mean the trial got delayed? I know I switched cases last minute, but I could not do my boy Orange Mario like that. Well, so what if he killed one person? That's one guy. There's 8 billion more of them. You know what? Fine, I'll see you in the trial tomorrow. So the trial got delayed. For those not in the know, I was supposed to be the judge in the trial of Orange Mario. Orange Mario, son of a... Made some switching cases. But I could not do my boy like that, so I said hell nah and switched cases. And said case got delayed to tomorrow because I'm an idiot. Right now I'm hanging out in my local shed because, you know, since I'm walking there, I thought I might as well get a head start so I don't have to walk an extra 10 meters. But don't worry, I have plenty of fun activities to do out here. We have a dusty TV sitting on top of a safe. There's a gun in there. Some unfinished chairs that will probably shatter the moment I sit on them. A barbecue in case I get hungry. You never know. And this hammer. It's not my gavel, but I'm off for new things. New. You know, this segue really is something. New Super Mario Brothers. I don't know, man. This series is the great value brand of Mario. It gets the job done, but there are so many better options. They aren't bad games, far from it, but they are so generic it hurts. They look like you took Mario renders and made levels out of it. There's no substance to it. After you beat a level, you forget the level design immediately. I literally grew up with 3 of these games and could not name a single memorable level that was good. I can only remember the bad ones, which are few and far between, but I don't think that's what you want me to be remembering. Again, these aren't bad games, but what, do you want my ranking on them? The best one doesn't even have Mario in it. It's a Luigi game, it has more unique level design. This is the best DLC Nintendo ever made. A lot of the hate surrounding these games boiled down to the fact that we got 4.5 of them in the span of 6 years and they all feel and look the same. But now that we got Mario Wonder and the new Super games as a whole are dead, I can appreciate these games more for what they are because we got the new 2D Mario game we've been waiting a decade for, so I think we can look back on these games and appreciate them for just being simple fun Mario games. I grew up with New Super Mario Brothers and I will always remember these games fondly and go back to them. Even though nowadays I prefer games like Mario World and Mario 3, they're still a great time. But now I need something new. No, newer. Wow, this is really the best segue I could come up with, wow. Newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yeah, the fans beat Nintendo that punch by over a decade, and it's all thanks to ROM hacks. Bit of a touchy subject when it comes to video games, but fuck it, what is Nintendo gonna do? Track me down and kill me? This game is one of the holy grails of ROM hacks. It's on the same level as Super Mario 64 Star Road as being one of the first ROM hacks people think of when the topic is brought up. Because you see, hacking a Wii is pretty simple. Just put a few files in an SD card and slam that shit in your Wii. This is a Wii U. From here on, you have access to everything. From here, you just need the hack files in your SD card, so let's check out the newer website. Well, I can tell you one of these things don't belong. These two are a topic for another day, and the deluxe remaster that might come out. Checking out the game itself, we have 128 new levels, that's 50 more than the original, and a new world map, new and remixed assets and music, the return of a classic power-up. I can't believe they finally brought back the propeller shroom, it's been ages since we saw it last. And we still have 4-player multiplayer. Hell yeah. We can actually take a look at part of the world map on the website, but more on the world map later. All we have to do now is slap these on our SD card and pop it in the Wii. This is still a Wii U. Load up Revolution, and there we go. Now the game itself. Do I really have to explain Mario to you? Run right, hit block, get power-ups and coins, jump on enemies, don't die. Yeah, obviously the Mario formula doesn't change because it's a ROM hack, so all the controls are the same, and characters, objects, pipes, blocks, all that shit, it's all the same. Everything else is brand new, including the world map. This is very impressive for ROM hack standards, despite just being a flat picture, but a very convincing flat picture. The world map is interconnected, kinda. You can walk from world to world without having to go through menus and stuff. You can use these blue pipes for fast travel, but the worlds don't really transition. It's just kinda like, oh, you're in a desert, now mountain, don't worry about it. But thankfully it tells you when there's a secret exit missing by labeling levels as purple. Now when we load the game up for the first time, we get an opening cutscene similar to Mario World, same music and all, where we are told that we just landed on Yoshi's Island, but Peach is missing and Bowser's to blame. Surprise, surprise guys, what were you expecting? So starting up, we have World 1, Yoshi's Island. This is a tropical world with beach levels that transition into a jungle. Immediately in the first level we got some cool shit with more Yoshi colors, let's go baby! Instead of the usual 4, we have red, orange, dark blue, purple, black, and white on top of the original 4. You can actually visit Yoshi's house, which is ripped straight from Mario World, and has some pipes to the side that you can't access right away. They just tell you some basic Mario history stuff. More on how to unlock these later. This world is solid as a whole. It's basic enough to be a starting world, but still has enough unique about it. Like, the tower is a tree full of honeycombs. That's pretty cool. And the boss is a giant fuzzy. Yep, all the bosses are new and original. Most of them are pretty easy, but man, I'll take anything over fighting the Koopalings like a bajillion times. There's also this one level that has a ton of switches, and it leads you to the Switch Palaces from Mario World. Wha-bam! Yep, these work the exact same as they do in Mario World, where they flip these outlines into an actual block, sometimes needed to unlock secret paths. It also lets you access the pipes at Yoshi's house. That's pretty much it for World 1. The castle has a lot of these spiky ball things, the boss is the same, but slightly harder. And yeah, that's it. What the fuck is that? Yeah, after every castle is the airship where we have son of a bitch. Yeah, this is where we fight the Koopalings. It wouldn't be a new Super Mario Bros. Without them. Honestly, having the airship after every castle is very repetitive in my opinion. Having like 3 of them throughout the entire game would have been perfectly fine, but I feel like just having the 2 castles in each world is fine. I won't complain that much because none of them are bad levels at the very least. World 2 is Rubble Ruins, the desert world. Great. Desert worlds are usually boring, so thank God you spend half the world underground in the sewers. I always liked when Mario levels are based on pipes in the sewers because, you know, plumbers. And it still keeps with the desert theme with everything being brown and stuff, so this was a nice change of pace from everything being, sand. Anyway, the latter half of the world is still a desert, but at least we get the return of the angry sun, and the castle has these cool statues that get reanimated by stepping on the cracks on the floor. The boss is a giant thwomp that you kill by having it slam to the floor like the Mario 3 final boss, which is very fitting for a thwomp to do. This world is still pretty solid, but I mean, it's a desert world, what do you want me to say? There's a platform made out of spine coasters, bet you didn't know that name by heart. I didn't either, I just googled it. World 3, Mushroom Peaks, the standard mountain world, but this time brown. Mountain worlds are always pretty solid, because there's a lot of things you can come up with, like mountains, caves, cliffsides, sky levels, all that shit. And obviously the giant mushrooms, can't be forgetting about those. This world is pretty standard. This and World 2 are probably the weakest part of the game, and it's still really solid. The boss is a giant rocky wrench that is painfully easy, because you can just crouch in this corner and not get hit, but hey, points for creativity. Now obviously for a mountain world, you're going to be using the propeller shroom. What the fuck is that? The hammer suit makes its grand return in World 3, which you would have found out returned to the power-up menu, but at least one person was surprised to see it. It works the same as in Mario 3. Throw it and it can kill almost anything. Dry bones, dead. Booze, not a problem. Random ass ice spikes, hey, I got you, homie. The arc is a bit lower, which I would say is better as it's easier to hit things. This adds another pillar onto the Mario power-up spectrum, as I like to call it. To explain, each power-up has its own purpose. The Fire Flower gets the job done quick, the Ice Flower gets the job done slower but can be used on more things like dry bones and bullet bills. The Propeller Mushroom gives you more air mobility, the Penguin Suit gives you better swimming, removes ice controls on ice levels on top of everything the Ice Flower can do, and the Mini Mushroom is for floatier jumps and running on water, but you only get 1 hit. The Hammer Suit adds onto this by being able to kill almost anything, but you have to deal with the somewhat awkward angle. Overall, this was a great inclusion, it was just a fun time in general.
You're all probably wondering the same thing as I am, which is, how easy is it to throw a hammer? Well, I got one right here, so let's find out.
Man, it's a good day not to get hit by a random flying hammer. Oh, it's pretty close to hitting me.
Mamma mia!
Wrong person. Okay.
World 4, Sakura Village. Hell yeah, this is the shit I'm talking about. This world is based in a Japanese village full of cherry blossoms. That's sick! There are a ton of Shy Guys, the spinny blocks from Mario World are everywhere, there's a shit ton of bamboo. You get to climb outside of this tower and find a samurai Shy Guy? Like, that's sick! I mean, there's this one auto-scroller that has the thundercloud that kinda sucks. I mean, it literally shrinks you like a Mario Kart Wii. I have PTSD from that thing. This world is just amazing overall. It's definitely my favorite world in the game because just look at it! It looks different from everything else, but it still looks like something that would be in a Mario game. Also, the attention to detail is amazing. Like, there are these scrolls that when translated to English say, New, Mario, Wisdom, and something boss, I don't know, Google Translate was being Google Translate. But like, they did not have to go through all the effort of doing that. They could just put random gibberish in there, and I would not have known the damn difference. But the fact that they went through the effort of making it say thematically appropriate stuff was really cool to me. World 5, Freeze Flame Glacier. This is the legally required ice world, but it also has the twist of being covered in lava. This is very likely inspired by Freeze Flame Galaxy from Mario Galaxy. I just realized they have the same damn name, so no shit it's inspired. My god, I'm stupid. This world is just chill. I always like snow levels, they just feel very cozy and nostalgic to me. And the Koopas wearing the puffy jackets definitely adds to that. Just look at these silly little guys. I mean, it still has the kind of annoying ice blocks, but I mean, come on, it's not a nice level without funny ice physics. The ice and lava levels are pretty cool though. It's a nice change of pace from normal ice levels while still having the same charm. Like, I still find it hilarious that I can remove these ice spikes with the fucking hammer suit. The boss is a giant lava bubble and a giant water bubble. You get a Yoshi with this one, have to shoot the projectiles into the opposite bubble. You only have to kill one of them, so the boss is pretty easy, and you have Yoshi, so you pretty much have infinite health by just hopping back on it. You can actually damage the bubbles by using the fire or ice flower, which is just a great attention to detail and very useful. Anyways, we got another back-to-back-to-back banger with World 6 Pumpkin Boneyard. This is an Halloween-themed ghost world, which is such a cool idea. It's full of boos, dry bones, bruisers, and pumpkin brambles. Now that name I did know by heart. This world is sick. We got big pumpkins that we can ground pound. There's one level full of tombstones that have hidden tunnels underneath. The moon made before Nintendo did it, except this one's pissed. Rats! The ghost houses are decent. We got fake star coins in this one level where you gotta clear these 3 rooms before you can beat it. And I can actually find my way around these levels. It doesn't feel like luck whether I find the exit. The boss is a giant boo, though you have to push back with these light boxes until you can turn the lights back on. This is also the only world with a semi-unique airship because it's not an airship, it's a sunken ship. Wowie. World 7 starts off pretty similar to World 3 with the mountains before you go to the sky with all these vines and clouds. Before you go to fucking space, we got moon gravity. There's all these asteroids, you can chill on the moon, there's a shit ton of amps, these water bubbles that you can swim in. There's this one level that looks like Star Haven from Paper Mario. There's these spinning top guys from Mario Galaxy and you fight a giant one as a boss. These things actually can't damage you. You can only kill them by knocking them into electricity. These things are actually pretty annoying though, because instead of damaging you, again, you just get knocked back. But most of the time, they knock you into the abyss because the moon gravity sends you flying, and since the levels have a lot of pits in them, you just have to watch as Mario slowly falls down into the abyss. I honestly don't have much more to say about this world because, again, it's in space, so honestly, that's enough for me to say I like it. And finally, World 8, Koopa Planet. Oh boy, it's a long one. The first few levels are similar to the first levels from World 8 and Mario 3 with the tank and the fast as fuck airship. Then we got this tower that's pretty much a bomb factory. There's a few standard levels in between some of these, but then we have Bowser's Castle until it does the classic fake out of, that's it. Just kidding, bitch, there's a whole other world. We gotta head underground to the Koopa Core where the rest of the world is. There's this sick level that's on a train. The next one uses the classic lava boat. Then we got these metal blocks that we use as platforms. Then we got the next tower that has one of the hardest star coins in the game because you either gotta cheese it or play like a task bot. Then it's just a standard Kamek fight. That's cool, I guess. This spine coaster level has one of the coolest star coins I've ever gotten. You have to get all these red rings to get it, and it's one of the most satisfying star coins I've ever gotten. Then we got this level, 8-8 Eruption Crater. My god, this level made me lose my shit, which I don't do at video games much anymore. This level only has 100 seconds on the clock and has riving lava, so you have to move quick. Doesn't sound that bad. If you have rumble turned off, so sometimes the screen will shake and will cause your remote to rumble a bit. But for some reason, the amount of rumble is like absurd. Listen to this. Because the remote's vibrating so much, it picks it up as shaking, causing Mario to spin jump. You can see where this is going. Considering you have to move fast and the shaking happens at random, I went into this level with 69 lives, nice, and left with 50, meaning I died at least 19 times in this level, probably more because I would have gained lives from getting 1-ups from coins. My experience with this level went something like this.
Yeah, fuck that.
This level on its own actually is not that bad now that I played it without the bugs and stuff, but you know, I'm an idiot. They actually patched it in a later version of the game, but I'm running an earlier version, so I'm just stupid. Anyways, after this level is pretty standard level with spicy water that hurts you and red spikes. No idea why they're red, must be burned from the spicy water. And then the final level. This level has you go down this platform into these pipes that take you into different rooms that have switches that make the platform continue moving. Then the Bowser fight. Starts off pretty simple with the usual Bowser fight, except we have to hit him 3 times instead of 1. Not a bad change. Now the actual final boss. You end up with a clown car that has a cannon on it and have to shoot Bowser in it while avoiding asteroids and the random shit Bowser throws at you. Mushrooms will appear in item bubbles to heal you, and you can do the spin dash by holding a direction and shaking. The angle you shoot the cannonballs at is very awkward and similar to the hammer suit. The biggest thing you have to watch out for is the timer because I got very close to timing out like holy shit, but we beat him though. And that is Newer Super Mario Bros. Just kidding, we still have World A through D to look at. Woo! These are extra worlds found by using secret exits, so they only have a few levels each. World A, Goldwood Forest, an autumn forest with wigglers and these things that I have no idea what they are. We got more honeycombs in this cool fortress level. They actually made a whole mini hack out of levels like this called Newer Falling Leaf. It's pretty good, go check it out. World B, Mini Mega Island, very much like World 4 of Mario 3. We got these giant Goombas that shake the ground. You can jump on them several times or just ground pound them for a satisfying kill. Everything else is huge like the Buzzy Beetles, Monty Moles, Urchins, Cheeps, all that shit. World C, Sky City, has a ton of gears and shit. And we got the return of Parabeetles, my least favorite part of New Super Wii. We got these bouncy clouds and angry clouds. And the tower's really cool, having everything move like a clock. World D, Crystal Caves. This one looks really cool, but it's probably the most boring gameplay wise. There's a lot of poison stuff, we can ride the giant wigglers, and have a lot of these supers. I will never call these things swoops, that sounds stupid. Supers was a way better name, why did they change it? Why do I have more to say about the damn bats in the world itself? And finally World E, Bombard Cliffs. This one only has 3 levels and takes place on a cliffside, and has a lot of bombs, as you could guess. We have Bomb Bros, that's sick. All 3 levels feel and look the exact same. Okay, is that it? Nope. After getting all the star coins, we unlock World 9, god damn it. I forgot to talk about star coins. Yeah, you can use star coins in these shops for power-ups. That's cool. There's also mini challenge houses that give you power-ups by collecting all these mini stars within the time limit. Then the music houses that give you power-ups for playing Simon Says. I suck at these. Back to World 9. I got nothing, man. I mean, there's this level that has the sun and moon trying to kill you at the same time. The lava level with the water bubbles. And this level covered in munchers that gives you stars to run across them like that one level in Mario 3. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. Am I crazy for saying this is one of my favorite Mario games of all time? Probably. I mean, I like it more than the original New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is wild to say now that I think about it. A ROM hack being better than the original, or at least in my opinion. It definitely has some issues, like World 8 is just way harder than the rest of the game. World 1 to 7 was pretty easy, but then World 8 was just harder for like no reason. If it was gradual, I would understand that, but it's just the game is same difficulty and then it's just harder. I will say the soundtrack is pretty good. Most of the 5 remixes are remixes of older Mario songs, but whatever. We got a Wario Land remix in here. That pretty much puts the game at 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'd say that was a pretty good game. Oh shit, who's that?
Hey, heard you were playing some wrong hacks.
You got the wrong person, man. What's a ROM hack?
I can hear the sound of your Wii remote vibrating. You ain't hiding nothing.
Okay, that's fair. Wait, I thought you guys travel in packs of 2.
Yeah, so he accidentally beat the shit out of the wrong guy, so now there's only me.
So that's where the hammer went.
Anyway, enough talking. I gotta kill you now.
So I got somewhere to be. Am I moving?
Shut up and let me stab you already.
Holy shit, it's a Switch emulator!
Where? Damn it, why does that always work?
Before I go, I gotta switch outfits. They'll have no idea who I am. Alright, we're good to go. Ignore the outfit. I heard it makes you run faster. Alright, the courthouse should be that way.
I think I made it.